Man, I think it's real sad that Dijonia Carrington has to defend herself on something that happened in a playoff game, and she's preparing to play another playoff game, and she has to address these accusations of something that happened on a basketball court. But before we get off in today's podcast, tell a friend to tell a friend. Well, man. I think it's kind of sad that Dijonia Carrington has to address an incident that happened in a playoff game and nothing was called on the court. Now, y'all know what happened. The first game between the Connecticut Suns and the Indiana Fever, an incident happened in the first quarter where Dijonia Carrington was going for a ball that Caitlin Clark was attempting to pass, and Dijonia Carrington came down and she hit Caitlin Clark in the eye with her finger. And everybody thinks that it was intentional in the part from Dijonia Carrington, which we see that happens in basketball a lot. Somebody's going up and they swiping for the ball and they come down, they hit the opponent in the face. But in the game of basketball, when you're competing and you're going for a ball, why would you intentionally just try to hit somebody in the eye? There's people out here that are making their own narratives that, oh man, she intentionally did that. I saw people come up in the comments section talking about, yeah, she intentionally did that. Man, she did not intentionally do nothing. Why would she intentionally want to go out there and hurt somebody in the heat of the battle when you're playing a playoff game? And then people are using that narrative as, oh, she assaulted her. The WNBA commissioner should step in. She should be suspended. Like, come on, guys. What are we really talking about? It was something that happened on the basketball court. The ref was right there. The ref did not even call it. And for people to go out of their ways to say that, you know, she tried to hurt the girl, she tried to end her career, she tried to assault her. And I'm glad that Dijonia Carrington is standing on business and she fired back, because I like I always say, these WNBA stars, they are on social media. They see what's going on social media. They see all the narratives. They see what's been talked about. She probably done seen countless videos of people talking about she has assaulted Caitlin Clark. She tried to take her out, and that's why the Connecticut Suns won the game. Now, that's asinine, man. Now, when I say that is because Caitlin Clark had a very poor shooting performance, 4 of 17. Well, she was 2 of 13 from the three-point range, and they took a L. They just took a beating. They took an old-fashioned ass whipping from the Connecticut Suns, which played with physicality, and they defended her great, where they had Dijonia Carrington on her to start the game, and then, you know, the coach made a great adjustment and put DeWanna Bonner on her, used her length and her athleticism to frustrate Caitlin Clark. And that's what happened. She was dismal. She had a bad shooting performance, but that's who Caitlin Clark is. Y'all get all up in arms talking about the eye caused her not to have a great performance, but this is who Caitlin Clark been all year. You know, she been shooting these, you know, terrible percentages from the field. You know what I'm saying? Even though, you know, she only had 11 points, I mean, she been shooting dismal from the field. And y'all act like she got poked in the eye and that has something to do with the way she performed. And then you got these YouTube content creators and things like Jason Whitlock, you know, making these videos talking about she intentionally insulted this young lady. The WNBA commissioner should have stepped in and she should be suspended for game 2. Come on, guys. I'm over this stuff now. And then also you got people, you know, making videos talking about, ESPN never talked about it. Why would ESPN talk about it? Because it wasn't a storyline. Let's keep the main thing. The main thing is that the Indiana Fever got their butts whipped by the Connecticut Suns, powered by Alyssa Thomas, where she had a triple-double. That's the storyline. The storyline is the Connecticut Suns gave the Indiana Fever an old-fashioned ass whooping. And it came down to playing both sides of the ball. It came down to executing on offense and playing stellar defense. And that's what happened. And it's sad that Dijonia Carrington had to go to shoot around today and answer questions from a reporter that blatantly came out and asked her, did you intentionally do this to Caitlin Clark? As a reporter, why would you ask a question? How does that sound? Did you intentionally do this to Caitlin Clark? When you ask somebody a question like that, they're going to say no regardless. So why would you even ask? Who gave this reporter her credentials to even ask her a question like that? And you never asked nothing about basketball on what are y'all going to do for game 2? What kind of adjustments are y'all going to make to slow her down even more? You focused on Caitlin Clark got poked in the eye, and that was your focus. So you asked Dijonia Carrington, did you intentionally do that? So let's take a listen to what Dijonia Carrington had to, answer to when the reporter asked her a question today after shoot around. And then we're going to follow up with that with what Caitlin Clark said to the reporter, telling the reporter it wasn't intentional. So let's take a listen to what Dijonia Carrington said, followed up by Caitlin Clark.
When you went and kind of swatted at Caitlin, did you intend to hit her in the eye? And
that is
if so, could you
asinine.
or if not, either way, could you talk about what happened on that play?
I don't even know why I would intend to hit anybody in the eye. That doesn't even make sense to me. But no, I didn't. I didn't know I hit her, actually. I was trying to make a play on the ball, and I guess I followed through and I hit her. So obviously it's never intentional. That's not even like the type of player that I am. So yeah.
Did you and Marina kind of laugh about it afterwards? It looked like there was later on in the game they caught you guys laughing about it.
That's a Caitlin Clark reporter right there.
I just told you I didn't even know I hit her, so I can't laugh about something I didn't know happened.
Yeah, with the increased attention, obviously, on the W this year, obviously you and everyone else are under a lot more of a microscope. Just how does that kind of play into kind of more of the vitriol you've seen this year, especially like on social media?
I mean, we all see it. It is what it is. I think that at the end of the day, I know who I am, and I know, what type of person and player I am, and the people who know me know that as well. So you could give the homeless $1 million, or you could steal $1 million from a rich person, and they're going to find a problem with both of them. So it is what it is. People are going to talk, but like we've been doing all season, we're going to keep talking on the court.
It wasn't intentional by any means. You just watched the play. It wasn't intentional.
All right, thank you. Man, see, these reporters got to do a better job, man. And that's what I'm talking about. People don't know how to keep the main thing, and talk about basketball. This is playoff basketball. Why didn't you ask them questions about the adjustments they're going to make to, propel their team to another victory? And why didn't you ask Caitlin? You asked Caitlin Clark when y'all heard her, was it intentional? Why would y'all ask questions, is this intentional? See, that's why people run with these narratives. And that's why these people, they see these, videos of people talking about she assaulted her. She should be suspended. You got all these YouTube channels on here making videos about, oh man, the commissioner didn't step in. She's not doing her job. You got to protect Caitlin Clark at all costs. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, they have to win. They have to get to the finals. Because of the ratings, man. Bump them ratings, man. Y'all stop that. Y'all keep the main thing the main thing. Now you're still focused on ratings, man. It is what it is. So stop creating these narratives about people intentionally doing things to Caitlin Clark. Come on, guys. Stop that. So what I'm saying is she fired back at Jason Whitlock. I know she saw what Jason Whitlock says, so she had to come out and address that when that reporter asked her that question. So I know Jason Whitlock heard that, because Jason Whitlock is the one that's calling for assault charges. And he was very adamant and very passionate about what he said about Dijonia Carrington. You know, and then you got the videos talking about now you calling Dijonia out of her, you know, out of character, you know, calling her out of her name outside of basketball, calling her a thug. Then you're talking about, you know, these fingernails and stuff like that, man. We got to stop that, man. Let's keep the main thing, man. Let's talk basketball, man. Stop trying to, you know, attack somebody's character and call them outside of their name, and it has nothing to do with basketball. So y'all got to stop that, man. And you know, my job here on my platform, man, I'm going to expose all that bullshit, man, because I've got people that hit me up and say people on their platform talking about me and things like that. That's good. You know, like Deion Sanders said, a fan only blows when you're hot. See, they know I'm hot, so they want to talk about me. That's all, man. So y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments section. This is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces. And remember, before you leave, put your shoes on. Do me a favor. Give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. Post your comments. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And that's all, folks.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.